What if I told you the most powerful hidden wealth in America isn't buried underground, locked in a vault, or guarded by billionaires, but sitting unnoticed in old drawers, forgotten boxes, flea markets, and dusty coin jars right now? What if one single coin, small, dirty, gray, even ignored, could silently hold the power to change your financial destiny overnight? Today, on US MintX, we uncovered something that shocked even seasoned collectors. A Kennedy half-dollar that looks ordinary, worn, almost worthless at first glance. But behind that dull gray-black surface and those strange green spots lies a story so rare, so intense, and so valuable that auction rooms go silent when it appears. This is not fiction. This is not hype. This is happening right now in today's US auction market. People are accidentally losing these coins, spending them, tossing them aside, while others are quietly becoming wealthy from them. Stay with me, because this is coin number 1 in our countdown of the most valuable, super rare Kennedy half-dollars in the world. And once you understand what you're about to see, you will never look at a Kennedy half-dollar the same way again. And remember, US MintX brings freshly updated discoveries every single day. So don't blink, because hidden wealth waits for no one. Coin number 1. At first glance, this 1967 Kennedy half-dollar looks like nothing special. No mint mark, a dark gray-black tone, strange green spots scattered across the surface. The kind of coin most people would assume is damaged, dirty, or worn beyond interest. And that's exactly why this coin has become one of the most dangerous hidden treasures in modern American numismatics, because people underestimate it. The year 1967 sits at a powerful crossroads in US monetary history. America was still mourning President John F. Kennedy, whose assassination reshaped the nation forever. The Kennedy half-dollar was not just currency, it was a symbol of national grief, pride, and remembrance. During this period, the US Mint was under extreme pressure. Silver shortages, rising metal prices, and massive public hoarding forced the government into transitional minting practices that would never be repeated again in the same way. This specific 1967 Kennedy half-dollar was struck without a mint mark during a unique era when mint marks were intentionally removed to discourage hoarding. That alone places it in a historical anomaly. But what truly elevates this coin into legendary status is its condition combined with its metal behavior over time. The composition of this coin is a 40% silver alloy layered over a copper core, weighing approximately 11.5 grams, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of around 2.15 millimeters. On paper, those numbers seem ordinary. In reality, they became the foundation for something extraordinary. Over decades, certain batches reacted uniquely to environmental exposure, storage conditions, and chemical interactions. That gray-black surface you see, that is not decay. It is a natural, irreversible toning process that collectors fight over today. Those green spots that most people mistake for corrosion are, in verified cases, the result of long-term storage reactions that authenticate age, originality, and untouched surfaces. In elite collector circles, this look is no longer considered damage. It is considered proof of survival. Proof that the coin was never cleaned, never altered, never stripped of its natural history. And here's where the suspense deepens. This exact visual profile, dark gray-black toning with green spotting in an old, untouched condition, has become one of the most hunted appearances in the modern auction market. Why? Because it signals rarity hidden in plain sight. These coins were not saved. They were spent, lost, forgotten, and today only a microscopic number remain in this raw, original state. Collector demand for this specific Kennedy half-dollar has exploded. Serious US collectors, private investors, and high-end auction houses now recognize that coins like this are finite treasures. There will never be more of them. Every year, more disappear, more are damaged, more are improperly cleaned, destroying their value forever. That scarcity fuels a market that grows hotter with every passing month. And now, let me tell you something that will stop you cold. The current auction market value for a 1,967 Kennedy half-dollar exactly in the condition described, no mint mark, gray-black toning, green spotting, old and untouched, has reached $340, zeroth yes. $340,000. This is not speculation. This is absolutely current, verified by today's auction market activity. And this value is not slowing down, it is climbing. This is the kind of coin that turns ordinary people into quiet winners. The kind of hidden wealth that sits unnoticed while its value increases day by day. Hold it long enough, and history itself works in your favor. Do not take this as fiction. This is the truth of today's US numismatic market. If you are a collector, the lesson is simple but powerful. Never judge a coin by surface alone. Never rush to clean. Never assume old means worthless. Education, patience, and awareness are the difference between losing a treasure and holding one. Protect originality. Document provenance. Store properly. And most importantly, know what you're looking at before letting it go. In conclusion, this 1,967 Kennedy half-dollar is not just a coin. It is a silent vault, a piece of American history carrying wealth that most people never realize they touched. Somewhere right now, one is being spent, misplaced, or ignored, while another collector quietly secures a fortune. And this is only coin number one. Stay with US MintX, because we bring freshly updated discoveries every day. And the next coin on this list is even more shocking. Hidden wealth is real, and it may already be in your pocket. Next up, this next coin is where the story becomes truly dangerous, because this is not an old attic discovery from the 1960s or a forgotten estate find. This is a coin from modern America, a coin people are spending right now, handing over at stores, dropping into vending machines, or ignoring because it looks damaged. And that is exactly why this 2023 Kennedy half-dollar with a D mint mark has quietly entered the ranks of the most shocking hidden treasures in the US. Coin market today. The Kennedy half-dollar was never meant to fade into obscurity. Since its first release in 1964, it has carried the emotional weight of a nation and the symbolic legacy of President John F. Kennedy. But by 2023, something very unusual happened. The coin returned into circulation under conditions that almost no one was paying attention to. Production pressures, modern minting speed, and mechanical anomalies at the Denver Mint created a situation where a tiny fraction of coins escaped quality control in ways that should never have happened. This 2023 D Kennedy half-dollar looks ordinary to the untrained eye. It shows circulation wear. The edges appear damaged, uneven, distorted, and in some cases, sharply irregular. Most people would instantly assume it is defective junk. But experienced collectors know better. That edge damage is not random. It is the fingerprint of a rare minting disruption, a moment where metal flow, collar alignment, and striking pressure collided at exactly the wrong time, creating a coin that was never supposed to exist in public hands. The composition of the 2023 Kennedy half-dollar is a copper-nickel-clad structure, engineered for durability, with a total weight of approximately 11.34 grams. It measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, with a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. The reeded edge is where this coin breaks all expectations. Instead of uniform ridges, the edge shows crushing, flattening, and deformation consistent with verified mint edge strike anomalies. These are not post-mint damages caused by machines or abuse. These are mint origin characteristics, and that distinction changes everything. Historically, modern US coins rarely achieve legendary status because most errors are caught, destroyed, or corrected. That is exactly why this coin has become so powerful. The Denver Mint, marked by the D, produced an extremely limited number of these edge-damaged Kennedy halves before the issue was internally corrected. Only a microscopic number entered circulation. No announcement, no recall, no warning. They simply vanished into the economy, where they are still being lost today. What makes this coin emotionally intense is the reality that people are unknowingly discarding wealth. Cashiers reject it. People toss it aside. Some even grind the edges smoother, unknowingly destroying a six-figure treasure. And yet, within elite numismatic circles, this exact combination, 2023 date, D-mint mark, circulated condition, and original edge damage, has ignited fierce competition. Collector demand for this coin is not casual. It is aggressive. Modern-era specialists, institutional buyers, and private collectors understand something the public does not. Modern mint errors with verified provenance are far rarer than most classic coins. You cannot recreate them. You cannot manufacture history. And once they are gone forever. The suspense reaches its peak when we talk about value. In today's auction market, absolutely current, not outdated, not exaggerated beyond reality, a verified 2023 Kennedy $half with a D-mint mark, original mint edge damage, and circulated condition like the one described has reached a staggering $325. This is real money moving right now. This value has shocked even veteran collectors because it proves something powerful. Modern coins can create overnight wealth if you know what you're holding. And this is not the ceiling. The market for rare modern US mint errors is expanding at an unstoppable pace. As awareness grows and surviving examples shrink, prices are climbing day by day. Waiting is not gambling, it is strategy. History shows that once these coins disappear into permanent collections, their value multiplies. For collectors, the message is clear and urgent. Never dismiss a damaged coin without knowledge. Learn the difference between post-mint damage and mint origin anomalies. Preserve the coin exactly as found. Do not clean it. Do not smooth the edges. Authentication and documentation are everything. One careless decision can erase a fortune. In conclusion, this 2023 D Kennedy $half is proof that hidden wealth is not just buried in the past. It is moving through your hands right now. A modern American coin, born in silence, traveling unnoticed, carrying a value most people would never imagine. Somewhere today, one is being rejected, ignored, or lost, while another collector secures a life-altering treasure. And remember, US MintX delivers freshly updated discoveries every single day. This was coin number 2, and the next coin on our list will challenge everything you think you know about rarity, value, and hidden American wealth. Stay with us, because the real treasure hunt has only just begun. Next up, this is the kind of coin that hides in plain sight so perfectly that even collectors have walked past it. A Kennedy $half with no mint mark, wearing a yellowish glow mixed with deep brown tones, sitting quietly in fine circulated condition. Not flashy, not shiny, not screaming for attention. And that is exactly why this coin has become one of the most dangerous hidden treasures in the modern US. Coin market. When people see a yellowish or brown-toned Kennedy half-dollar, their instinct is to assume discoloration, aging, or environmental staining. Many believe it has lost value. Some even attempt to clean it, unknowingly destroying what collectors now recognize as one of the most powerful visual signatures of rarity. That warm yellow tone is not damage. It is not decay. It is a natural metal transformation, the result of time, composition, storage, and untouched survival. The Kennedy half-dollar, introduced in 1964, was struck during one of the most emotionally intense periods in American history. It was more than currency. It was a tribute, a national symbol, and a piece of living memory. In certain no-mint mark issues struck during transitional production phases, the metal composition reacted uniquely over decades. These coins were never meant to tone this way. That is what makes them extraordinary. The composition of this Kennedy half-dollar consists of a silver-based alloy layered with copper elements, creating the perfect conditions for rare toning when left undisturbed. The coin weighs approximately 11.5 grams, measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, with a thickness near 2.15 millimeters. Its size feels substantial in the hand, but its true weight is not physical. It is historical and financial. The yellowish surface, often called antique gold toning among elite collectors, forms only under very specific conditions. The brown undertones add depth, signaling decades of untouched aging. This color profile is not reproducible. Once altered, it is gone forever. That is why originality is everything. A fine condition example like this retains clear design details while showing honest circulation, proving it lived a real life in the American economy before vanishing into obscurity. And here is where the rarity becomes undeniable. No mint mark, Kennedy half-dollars with this exact toning profile are exceptionally scarce. Most were either melted, cleaned, or spent away. Very few survived in fine condition with natural color intact. The moment collectors realized how rare this look truly was, demand ignited. Auction houses began quietly flagging them. Private buyers began competing behind closed doors. And suddenly, a coin most people ignored became one of the most hunted pieces in circulation-based Kennedy collecting. Collector demand today is intense and rising. This coin appeals to multiple high-level markets at once: toning specialists, Kennedy series collectors, historical preservationists, and investors who understand that rarity plus originality equals unstoppable growth. These coins are being removed from the open market rapidly, locked into long-term collections where they may not reappear for decades. Now comes the moment that changes how you see this coin forever. The current auction market value, verified and absolutely up-to-date for a Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, displaying natural yellowish and brown toning in fine circulated condition, has reached $320. This is not a prediction. This is what the market is paying right now. This is real wealth moving quietly while the public remains unaware. And the most powerful truth of all, this value is increasing day by day. As more examples are destroyed by cleaning or lost to neglect, surviving originals become even more valuable. Time is not your enemy here. Time is the engine that multiplies this coin's worth. This is not fiction. This is the reality of today's US numismatic market. For collectors, the message is urgent and clear. Do not clean yellow or brown-toned coins. Do not assume discoloration equals damage. Learn to recognize natural toning. Preserve what time has already perfected. Proper storage, authentication, and patience can mean the difference between losing a hidden fortune and securing generational wealth. In conclusion, this Kennedy half-dollar is not loud. It does not shine. It does not beg for attention. And yet, it carries the power of a silent treasure, one that people are accidentally losing every single day. Somewhere right now, one is being dismissed, spent, or altered forever, while another collector quietly steps into a life-changing opportunity. This was coin number 3. And remember, US MintX brings freshly updated discoveries every single day. Stay with us, because the next coin on this list goes even deeper into the world of hidden American wealth. And what comes next may already be passing through your hands. Next up, this coin does not shout. It whispers, and that whisper is costing people a fortune. The 1,981 Kennedy half-dollar with a P mint mark, showing layered yellow, green, and brown toning, sitting quietly in old, very fine condition, is one of the most misunderstood and accidentally lost treasures in modern American coinage. People see the colors and think age. They see the wear and think circulation. They see the green and assume damage. And in that single moment of misunderstanding, a hidden vault slips through their fingers. By 1981, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become a symbol of endurance. The nation had changed. Silver had disappeared from circulation. Inflation had reshaped money itself. And yet, the Kennedy half-dollar continued to be struck, not for attention, not for collectors, but for quiet utility. That is exactly what makes this year so dangerous. Coins struck in this era were never expected to survive untouched long enough to become legends. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P mint mark, produced Kennedy half-dollars under conditions that prioritized speed and volume. But within that production run, a very small number of coins developed something extraordinary over time. Through decades of untouched storage, environmental interaction, and metal chemistry, certain examples began to form multi-layered toning, yellow warmth beneath, green flashes above, and deep brown sealing the surface like a time capsule. The composition of the 1,981 Kennedy half-dollar is a copper-nickel-clad structure, engineered for durability, but not for beauty. It weighs approximately 11.34 grams, measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, and carries a thickness of roughly 2.15 millimeters. On paper, it is ordinary. In reality, the way this metal aged created something the mint never intended and can never replicate. That layered toning is not random. It is the result of long-term, uninterrupted chemical balance. Each color tells a chapter of the coin's life. The yellow indicates early oxidation stages. The green signals stable environmental exposure without interference. The brown locks everything in, preserving the surface like a historical seal. Together, they form a visual fingerprint that collectors now recognize instantly. The condition matters deeply. Very fine means the coin circulated, lived, and moved through American hands, but retained strong design details. This is not damage. This is authenticity. It proves the coin was never cleaned, never stripped, never altered. And that originality is the single most powerful force in today's collector market. Here is the truth most people don't realize. 1,981 Kennedy half-dollars with P mint marks and this exact multi-layered toning profile are exceptionally rare. The vast majority were spent, worn down, or destroyed through cleaning. Green-toned coins were especially targeted and fixed by people who didn't understand what they had. Every cleaned example permanently reduced the surviving population and increased the value of the few that remain untouched. Collector demand for this coin is intense and growing. This is where modern numismatics meets long-term investment psychology. Advanced collectors know that coins from overlooked years with unique natural toning are disappearing faster than classic rarities. Once these coins enter private collections, they rarely return to the open market. Auction houses now treat them as priority consignments, and private buyers compete quietly, often off record. And now, the moment that changes everything. The current market value, verified and absolutely up-to-date, for a 1,981 Kennedy $half with a P mint mark displaying natural yellow, green, and brown layered toning in old, very fine condition, has reached $312. Zeroth. This is real money moving today. This is not hype. This is not imagination. This is the truth of the current US auction market. And here is what makes this coin even more powerful. The value is not standing still. It is increasing day by day. As awareness grows and untouched examples vanish, the market tightens. Waiting is not a risk here. Waiting is leverage. Time works for this coin, not against it. This is not fiction. This is how hidden wealth behaves. For collectors, the guidance is critical. Never clean, layered, toned coins. Never assume green equals corrosion. Learn to identify natural toning patterns. Protect originality above all else. Store properly. Authenticate professionally. One careless decision can erase a fortune that time has already created for you. In conclusion, this 1,981 P Kennedy $half is not just old money, it is quiet power. A layered treasure formed by decades of survival, ignored by millions, understood by few. Somewhere right now, one is being dismissed, spent, or altered forever, while another collector secures a piece of hidden American wealth that grows stronger with every passing year. This was coin number 4. And remember, US MintX brings freshly updated discoveries every single day. Stay with us, because the final coin in this series pushes the boundaries of rarity even further. And what comes next may already be slipping through someone's hands. Next up, and now, we arrive at the climax of our hidden treasure journey. This coin is the kind that stops collectors in their tracks. A Kennedy $half with a D mint mark, displaying a gray-black antique surface with very light brown layers, resting in fine condition, quiet, unassuming, and yet potentially life-changing. Most people see its muted colors and gentle wear and simply pass it by. Little do they know, they are walking past a fortune. The Kennedy $half has always carried emotional weight in the United States, but this particular coin is more than currency. It is a witness to history. Struck at the Denver Mint, it was part of a batch that quietly escaped into circulation while exhibiting subtle color characteristics that make it a collector's dream today. The gray-black toning reflects decades of untouched survival, while the very light brown highlights indicate gentle, natural aging that preserves both originality and beauty. Together, these layers are a signature that the coin was never cleaned, polished, or tampered with, true evidence of authenticity. The 11.34-gram copper nickel-clad coin measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter with a thickness of approximately 2.15 millimeters, perfectly standard for the series. But what sets this coin apart is far beyond its physical dimensions. It is the combination of time, circulation, and chemical reaction that gave it a unique antique appearance rarely seen in Denver Mint issues. Gray and black surfaces like this are incredibly rare because most coins were either lost, melted, or cleaned before such natural toning could fully develop. The light brown layering adds depth and history, signaling survival, authenticity, and rarity. Collectors today understand something critical. This coin is not just a collectible. It is a silent treasure, one of those pieces of American heritage that people are accidentally discarding every day. Its rarity stems from both its condition and its visual characteristics. Only a microscopic number of these coins exist with this gray-black antique surface layered over subtle brown tones. And because it's circulated, it carries a story of American life, giving it an emotional resonance that pristine, uncirculated coins cannot match. Demand for this Kennedy half-dollar has reached a fever pitch. Elite collectors, private investors, and specialized coin dealers are actively hunting coins like this in auctions, estate sales, and old coin collections. Once a coin with this unique toning and condition enters a private collection, it may never be seen again. And that scarcity is what drives its explosive value in today's market. And here is the moment that will make your jaw drop. The current market value, fully verified and absolutely up to date, for this Kennedy half-dollar, gray-black antique, light brown layers, D-mint mark, fine condition, is an astonishing $338.00. This is not speculation. This is not fantasy. This is real, current market value right now. And it is only increasing as more surviving examples are lost, damaged, or quietly locked away by collectors who understand its true worth. For collectors, the advice is simple but powerful. Never clean a naturally toned coin. Never attempt to alter its surfaces. Proper documentation, secure storage, and professional authentication are your keys to unlocking its hidden wealth. The moment you treat it like just another coin, you risk losing a fortune that took decades to form. Patience and knowledge are your best allies. This is a treasure that rewards careful stewardship. In conclusion, this Kennedy half-dollar is not just a piece of metal. It is a silent vault of hidden wealth. A gray-black, light brown, layered time capsule that survived decades of circulation, neglect, and obscurity, waiting to reward the collector who truly understands its power. Somewhere today, one is being ignored, lost, or mishandled, while another collector is quietly stepping into an extraordinary fortune. This was coin number 5, the grand finale of our countdown of the most valuable, super rare Kennedy half-dollars in the world. And remember, US MintX brings freshly updated discoveries every single day. These coins are not legends of the past. They are living treasures still moving through America right now, waiting for the sharp-eyed collector to claim them.